up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Deja, for those who don't know, and welcome back! Welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited. The last makeup video that I did on my boyfriend, y'all, I've got almost 70 views on that video, and it might not sound like a lot to a lot of people, but for me, small YouTuber, that's a big milestone. So I'm really excited about that, and we are almost at 50 subscribers. Again, that might not sound like a lot to a lot of YouTubers or other people, but for a small YouTube channel like myself, it is a huge milestone, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you guys a lot. So I don't want to keep this intro very long, so just make sure that y'all hit that big red subscribe button along with that notification bell that's sitting right next to it. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I'll put in my name somewhere, probably over here, maybe over here, up there, somewhere. I will put my name, and I'll also put everything down in the description box. Anything that I'm using in this video, I will try to find the link, or if not, I'll just make sure I'll name them off, put them on the screen or something, that way y'all can see what the products that I'm using are. So, without further ado, let's get right into the video. I had coffee, by the way. For the first things first, if anybody knows, we're gonna do primer. I'm using Lancome Le Base. I'll make sure I put it into the video, that way y'all see it. But I'm using Lancome's facial primer. And I'm just gonna put one pump of that on my hands. I don't think this is gonna be a tutorial because a couple days is my anniversary with me and Dylan. We've been together, it's gonna be 5 years that we've been together. So just gonna celebrate that. And this video, I'm basically just like doing like a test run on what I want my makeup to look like on the actual day. It's kind of early. Our anniversary isn't until next week, but I want to do a whole bunch of looks, and we're going to do photos and all that stuff. So this is basically a test run on one of the looks that I want to do. So we're just going to do that. This is going to be something completely easy. I'm not doing nothing heavy. I'm pretty sure y'all can hear my fan in the background. I'll try my hardest not to have that sound as prominent, but it's hot as hell, and I'm not doing no full coverage, none of that. I mean, I am, but medium to full coverage, because it's too hot. It's hot as hell outside. I had to turn one of my fans off, so we're just doing a simple beat. I'm wearing an orange little jersey knit dress, and we're just gonna go outside, take some pictures, look cute, you know, whatever. But I'm going to use Fenty foundation, and I'm going to take my foundation brush. I have two foundation brushes. I know this one is not a foundation brush. This is by, well, it is a foundation brush. Sonic something from Target. I got that. It's a flat top foundation brush, and I'm going to use the Real Techniques brush for my foundation. I use the Real Techniques to just like pat it all over. I'm trying to be like these booty gurus here on YouTube, but I'm like, I'm not even like that. I'm not even like a booty guru, you know? I just like to do makeup on myself, and I like to transform myself into different characters, because I haven't necessarily been like 100% real, honest, and open with my little audience that I got, and that's my fault, because I feel like in order to start a YouTube channel, I have to conform to what YouTube standards, I guess, are. But it's like, what's fun about that? What's fun about being a copycat, honestly? So I'm just gonna be myself. Today on YouTube, I've been binge watching Apocalyptic stuff, and that's my ish, you know what I mean? My first video on YouTube was an Apocalyptic video, so it's like, why not go back to my roots? YouTube channel is already called Apocalyptic Hippies, so it's like, why is it not involving Apocalyptic or anything that's like me or like Dylan, you know? But yeah, things are about to change. I'm trying to get back to my roots, or get back to my childlikeness, I guess you want to call it. But it's gonna take time. Because it's like growing up, it's like you get so, what's the word for it? I don't know. You just want to fit in. You know what I mean? So you do everything you can to be like the next person. And it's like, that's not even the answer. And I'm just telling myself, I don't need to do that. Because I'm pretty freaking awesome on my own. So, forget being like everybody else. I'm going to do me. I got a zit on my forehead. I took care of my skin last night. I used the Biore Rose Quartz and Charcoal face wash. I've been using that for a couple of weeks now, and it's been taking good care of my skin. I also have a beard, and my sideburns connect to my beard, so it's like I wash my face with that, exfoliate it, and then I try to shave, because waxing hurts. I'm a tough beach, but it's like waxing is just something else on my face. I can't do it. So I want to do concealer. I think I will do concealer. Yeah, I'm gonna do concealer, just a light concealer. Put my foundation to the side. How y'all been? 2020 has been something here in Washington. If y'all follow me on Snapchat, which y'all should, and follow me on Instagram like I said before, but if y'all not following me on Snapchat, y'all are missing out, because that's where I usually I am all the time. So if you ever want to follow me there, that'll be a great idea. So you can always be in contact with me, because I reply more on my Instagram and my Snapchat, and I talk more, I conversate more, all that stuff. Where is my compact? There it is. But on my Snapchat, I was woken up to the smell of burning from fires that's happening in California and what's happening in Eastern Washington here where I live. I don't live in Eastern Washington, but I'm close to it. But there's fires and all that stuff going on, and I smelled it, and I woke up, because we sleep with our windows open, because air conditioning is not a thing here in Washington. So we sleep with our windows open with a fan in the window. And I smelled it, it just came wafting into the window, right? So I'm woken up straight out of my sleep, and I'm telling Dylan, babe, what is that smell? What is burning right now? Go check, because everybody was asleep, right? So I made him go look and check, and it's everything's fine in here, and we don't hear any smoke alarms going off in the neighborhood. So we came to the conclusion that it's just the smell of the flames everywhere else, and that stressed me out. I couldn't go back to sleep. I was worried about the other people that are involved in everything, all that stuff. It's just, this is my first time ever having to experience fires, because I'm from Louisiana. We worry about hurricanes and floods and all that type of stuff. So fire is a whole different thing. Tornadoes is a whole different thing. Earthquakes is a whole different thing. I'm not used to that whatsoever. So it's very stressful. If I've been out of focus this whole time, I apologize. But yeah, I talk about all that type of stuff on my Snapchat. So if y'all don't follow me on Snapchat, y'all be missing out on my emotional breakdowns and stuff. Anytime I injure myself, I had a few people ask me about what's wrong with my knuckles. I punched a wall here in the bedroom because I had a mental breakdown, all that type of stuff. So yeah, if y'all ever want to be in the loop on what's going on with that, that's where y'all need to follow me. Instagram and Snapchat. Instagram is second. Snapchat is my primary interaction with people. Anyway, okay, we're gonna go on to eyebrows. We're gonna do some eyebrows. So I'm gonna brush my eyebrows up real quick, make sure they're nice and combed out, and I'm just gonna dip the spoolie into a dark brown shadow. I don't like using brushes because I feel like it makes my brows look freaking weird. It look too fake. With a spoolie, and the color on the spoolie, it just naturally coats the brow hairs, and it doesn't look like I have big caterpillars on my face. Even, don't get me wrong, I do love my eyebrows to be thick when it's a certain look, but for today I'm just doing like a natural little beat because I still want to look cute. I haven't been getting cute whatsoever because I just been down in the dumps, you know, like haven't been feeling myself. Like I just did my hair yesterday. I was supposed to film this video yesterday, but didn't work out because I needed to do my hair first, because I'll be damned if I come onto YouTube looking busty, crusty, and rusty. So I just did that. I'm gonna go back over my foundation with the flat brush real quick, make sure it's all smoothed out from the concealer and stuff. I don't like setting underneath my eyes because I usually get a generally dry concealer. I have normal textured skin, normal to combination skin, I want to say. And then I'm gonna go back over the concealer area with the Pro Concealer to lighten it up just a little bit. I'm not even squeezing out none of the product. I'm just, whatever product is left on the, well, whatever product is left on the brush from my last application, which was Dylan's face, I'm just gonna use that. Alright, we're gonna blend this out. I'm gonna use my little compact. I got this little compact from TTDEYE contacts. That's where I get all my contacts from. For those who don't know, my natural eye color is a dark brown, but TTDEYE's, they kill it with contacts, you know, them and Unico eyes. I could get a coupon code, so if y'all want a connection on contacts, let me know and I can register to get a coupon code for you guys, because these contacts are killing it. Like, I have these colors, I have a even more brighter blue, I have a green, I have a brown, I have all these colors. So it's like, if y'all want a connection, just let me know and I'll activate my my code. What does that look like? Now I'm going to do my eyebrows. I'm going to conceal out my eyebrows. And I'm just using the same thing I used on Dylan, my NYX Above and Beyond Full Coverage Concealer in the color CJ05 Medium. And I'm just going to go around my eyebrows and carve those out real quick. Get my little compact so I can see up close. And just carve them out. I'm slowly figuring out my setup. Honestly, I like how this looks. Like, it looks good, but I have the camera up too high. But it's also forcing me to sit up straight at the same time, which is also good, but it hurts because I got titties. So I'm gonna have to try to figure out how I can lower this. My tripod is a piece of crap. Been having this tripod for a good solid 5 years and never used it for its intentional purpose. But right now it's getting the job done. Eventually I'll have the funds to just splurge on film equipment, but as of right now, the equipment that I have is doing the job. Y'all don't need to know what's going on back in the background, but I want to keep it real with y'all because I feel like I haven't really been as authentic as I could be, because everybody goes through it. This has been a long year, y'all. It's been a real long year. And it's stressing me out. But I'm slowly figuring out how to deal with it. Or how to come back from it. I'm grabbing pillows for my booty. Maybe it can lift me up a little bit. Ooh, that helped. Ooh, that helped. Oh yeah, these pillows helped for sure. And I can sit comfortably. And I can lean forward. Alright, the same brush that I used for my concealer, I'm going to use that to blend out the concealer around my eyebrows, because it has this pointed tip. My mom got me this brush, I want to say 3 years ago, maybe, but it's the GOAT for sure. Like, thanks mom. And for me, being that this concealer is way lighter than anything on me, I usually like to go over with my foundation brush as well to just blur out those edges, because nobody likes, well, I know me, I don't like that white line around my eyebrows. sure it looks good for like whatever reason. I'm gonna go over my brows with the same L'Oreal Brow Stylist Brow Boost and Setting Gel. And I'm gonna just brush that through my brows to set them. Make sure they don't go nowhere. I also put a little bit of like eyeshadow into the container, so it's kind of like a tint as well, and I love that. I love that for me. Now we're gonna move on to contour. I don't really do much, but I do love contour. And I'm gonna take a little kabuki brush. I don't even know. Oh, Eco Tools. It's another Eco Tools kabuki brush. I'm gonna use that to blend it out. And you can move this up and down too to control like the density. So I'm gonna do that as well. What'd that look like? Does that look bad? After I contour, I usually like to go in with setting powder just to get like that lightness contrast against my contour, since I don't like setting everything else, and I hope my fan doesn't push my setting powder everywhere. I'm gonna use my Booty Blender to set the contour, and I don't do much. I just pat it, and then we set the chin, set the nose, set the tip, and then I go on the side. Okay, and then a little bit on the forehead, just because. I don't let that sit for long either, because I know for me it sets like a weird white cast, and I don't like that. Ooh, look at that, so smooth. Brush it, brush it. Brush up, brush up, brush up. Use a lot of toothpaste. Brush up, brush up, brush up. Do I look crazy? Probably. For me, I don't like that. On camera, that's picking up, but in real life, it's not. So, I'll go back over with foundation, just to get it back to my color. I don't know what it is. I don't like it. I got the same Pacifica that I did with Dylan. Y'all, I have more blush in this, I swear. But I think I'm gonna use Balm Springs Longwear Blush. What color is this? I don't know. It's a little sample size. It came in my Ipsy bag. It looks like this, and it's this color. This color. And I'm gonna take a big blush brush, and I'm gonna just, and try not to get in my coffee. I'm gonna just do my blush real quick, because the eyes are gonna be really simple. I feel like I'm in a rush, and I kind of am, but I ain't going nowhere. It's just the sun is working against me right now, because I have a photo shoot. Look at me saying I got a photo shoot and shit, like I'm somebody. Put a little bit on my nose, just a little bit. At Spotify, don't stop asking me if I want to break from the ads. We'll move on to the eyes, which really isn't going to be much either. I'm going to dip into the Nubian 2 palette. I'm really just going to do a cute little brown smoky eye-ish with a hint of orange in it. So, just going to do a little brown smoky eye, and I'm going to call it a day.
Drop the top, pop it, let it rain, pop it, pop it. From this life I cannot change. N.A.M. sweet like M&M's. N.M. sweet like candy cane. Drop the top, pop it, let it rain. Pop it, pop it. For this life I cannot change.
Alright guys, so I went off camera and did the rest of the makeup look. I also put on the lashes, liner, also put a little bit of glitter into my inner corner, and I used this glitter right here. It came in my box from Unico Eyes. They gave me a whole bunch, like 3 containers of little flake glitter. So I just used that. It has like some cute yellow and orange reflectors in it. So I was like, okay, cool, that's even cuter. So I just did this eye off camera, For the inner color eye, I used the Juvia's Nubian 2's palette, and I used Morocco and YAA together, and I just smoked that out, and I went back over with Kenya from that. Went back to Kenya in that same palette to just diffuse it and all that stuff. For the highlight underneath the brow, I use Zuri. I could be saying, like I said in the last videos, every time I use these palettes, I'm probably saying them wrong, but I use Zuri from that palette, and I also dipped into Bakwa, probably saying that wrong too, and I put that in the inner corner underneath the reflector flaky things. So I did that, and I secured it down with the NYX glitter primer. So I used that to stick it down and all that stuff, make sure it was tacky a little bit before I did it, and I put it on there. So I'm going to show y'all what I did on this eye. And the first thing I did, I got a nice fluffy dome brush, and I just smoked out the corners. So we're going to do that, and I went all the way into the inner corner almost, and I blended, I want to say maybe a ½ a centimeter before my eyebrow, and I brought it in a little bit. So we're doing that. While I was off camera doing this makeup look, I was texting my phone Destiny. Shout out Destiny. I'll put her Instagram somewhere on the screen. That's my homie G Dog. We met on Tumblr, believe it or not, and we've been friends ever since. We've been friends for maybe, I want to say 5 years now, 5 or 6 years, and that's my homie G Dog. So I was talking to her about some feelings or whatever, and I was telling her how I'm low-key like mad at myself for not ignoring, but putting the passions in the person that I was before I hit my 20s, like my fashion style, my passions, and all that type of stuff. How I put that bitch I put her in the back of my mind, and I ignored her, trying to conform to all like the normalities of what social media accepts in a way. So I was talking to her about it, and I was telling her how I want to bring that person back. She was like, no, you're supposed to grow from that person. I'm like, no, I'm not talking about like the mental state that I was in back then, but I'm talking about the way I felt, like the passions, how I was so against being like everybody else and all that type of stuff, how I wanted to be my own person and all that type of stuff. I don't want to be a copycat or like a doppelganger or somebody else. I just want to be my original self with original ideas and all that type of stuff. And I mentioned to her how back in the day I used to be like obsessed with post-apocalyptic living and the style, like the Mad Max X vibe or whatever. And she was like, bring her back. I'm like, I am, trust me. And like, that's another reason why I wanted to name the channel Apocalyptic Hippies, because it's like, that's who I am. I'm an apocalyptic girl, but I'm also a hippie. Like, I still love the earth, all that type of stuff. At the same time, I like to prep for when the world ends. I know that sounds very morbid or very bad, but at the same time, it's like, I used to be into prepping and all that type of stuff, so it's like you could prep for anything, like the wildfires that are going on right now in California and in Eastern Washington where I live, or like the hurricanes in Houston, in Texas and Louisiana where I'm from. So it's like when you prep for the zombie apocalypse, you're basically prepping for anything that goes wrong in the world. So that's my whole aesthetic. Like, I love that steampunk Mad Max vibe, that energy, that roughness, that toughness. Like, that's me. Like, I love that. But to get this orange part, I went in with the NYX eyeshadow base in ESB01, basically a white base. That way it could get a good payoff. I put some on the back of my hand, being that is a pod, and I don't want my nails to get even more dirty than they are. And I'm getting like a flat tip brush, and I'm just going to put it on my lid, kind of like a cut crease, but it's just my base. Don't need much. I just want to put it in the shape that I want it, and then we're gonna go from there. And before I put the orange on there, I'm gonna go back over with my fluffy brush that I use to do the brown, and I'm gonna diffuse the edges of this white. That way it could be a lot easier. I don't know, for me it kind of helps me, and I blend in this tail. And then again, I'm gonna go back over it once we put that base down. For the base, like I said, I dipped into Morocco and Yak, and I just go back and forth, tap, 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 tap. But I ended on the glitter, and we're just gonna rub that on there. We'll pat it on there first, and once that, then I'm gonna go back in with Morocco just to get that matte orange back in there. And I'm gonna go over it once I'm happy with the color payoff. I'll go back in with Ya, which is like this glittery, like iridescent burnt orange color, and I'm gonna just tap that on top to get like that glittery little mood. I know I say this is gonna be like a simple look, a natural look, but for some reason I can't do natural looks. I'm gonna go back into Kenya, and I'm gonna diffuse the edges. In my wishes and I wishing well. Okay, yeah, that's how it's supposed to look. Once you got your edges diffused the way you want to, you can move on to the next step. I'm gonna dip into Kenya, and I'm gonna blend it out. I'll go, I wanna say, to the middle of the eyelid, right where the edge of your inner iris would be. Is that the name of what that is? The iris? And once you have that down, you use Morocco and just blend that in with Kenya to get just a little bit of that orange into it. Once we do that, then we can do the inner eye color highlight. I'm gonna take a nice, another fluffy like dome tip one. It's not really a dome tip, but it's tapered. So I'm gonna dip into Nairobi, and I'm gonna just tap that, close my eye, and I'm gonna just tap that into my inner corner. I've noticed if I do that, it kind of like blends in a lot better. I don't know, it could just be me. I'm gonna grab my NYX glitter primer. I'm gonna put it on my pinky, put it like a little dab on the pinky. Like, you do not need a lot. Ooh, that was even too much. I'm gonna use about this much. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's not a lot. And you're just gonna press that into your intercorners. Press it and then move it upwards everywhere that you want to put your glitter. Let it get a little tacky, and then I'm gonna grab my glitter. My fan is facing me, and I hope it doesn't push it away, but that's what it looks like. And I'm gonna just tap a dry finger, because you know natural oils are gonna pick up on it anyway. You just build it up until you're happy with what it looks like. Really push that in, push it in, push it in. Make sure it's sticking. Oh, I got glitter everywhere. Little flaky glitter. I never worked with like this type of glitter before. I usually only use rhinestones, but this is the first time. I'm glad that Uniqlo like sent like makeup products. They also sent these like temporary tattoos that I'm gonna use on another look, but it's like rainbow, and it's really cool. I want to do a look with like a little kawaii look with like a rainbow band-aid around my nose and stuff. Use my elf ears. I have so many like makeup ideas in mind that I want to show you guys so bad, but it's like things are going on in life right now, and I can't just have like be filming every day and all that stuff. So one day y'all will get that video. If y'all want to see that video, make sure y'all hit that like button, leave it in the comments. Y'all tell me what y'all want to look for, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. That way y'all know every single time I post a makeup video. Again, I appreciate every single time, every person that views the video, subscribed or not. It really lets me know that I'm on the right track for doing something that I'm really passionate about. Like, I love doing makeup on myself. I haven't done like makeup on other people besides like my mom or like my little sister when she wants to do like a little cosplay look for her videos or whatever. But yeah, like I'm really excited. I do have a lot of looks. Like I said before, like I'm gonna bring back the person that I was before. Sorry, a little Lexicist, if y'all watch Made You Look by Lex. She does that. But yeah, I'm gonna bring all those looks back because, or the person that I was back, not the emotionally unstable person, but the person that had so much aesthetically pleasing for myself things. If y'all like it, I love it. If y'all can accept me for who I am, that's even better. I really appreciate that. We're gonna move on to the liner. I'm just gonna do a simple wing liner. I like this eyeliner, this liquid eyeliner by NYX, because I heard a lot of mixed reviews about it. A lot of people didn't like it, but I'm like, this felt tip is dope because it's flat, but it's also tapered at the same time. So it's like, it's flat, but it's also tapered. So it really helps, because if you want to get like a flat press against your skin, you could do that and it's still like evenly distributing and all that type of stuff. So, and then with the tip, with the point, you can get like that real pointed out eyeliner. This one looks like crap, but the other one looks better. This is my bad side. That's why I'm gonna have to learn how to film and do my bad side first and not do the bad side on camera. I'm learning, y'all. This is all still a learning curve for me. I'm gonna grab my Wet n Wild in, I should know this, Hustle and Glow. This is my go-to highlighter. Like, if I want that bad beach highlight, I use my Wet n Wild highlighter, and like a little goes a very long way. Like, even that's a lot, but that's okay. I want to look like a glazed donut. I'm gonna go back over with my blush as well, so don't have to worry about that. Y'all, I love highlight and blush is slowly becoming my favorite thing too. Like, I used to not care about blush. Let's get the Cupid's bow. Okay, my lashes is like, seriously, chick, put me on your face right now before I not stick anymore. So let's do that. Oh no, see, this is why you don't wait too long. This is why you don't put highlighter on when you're waiting for your lashes to dry. I do like to let one layer dry down. I don't know why. In an attempt to put it on, that way like some of the eyelash glue is on my lid and that's already semi-dry, and then I go back over with another layer of Duo. That's what I'm using. I'm also using Duo lashes because I'm not planning on keeping these lashes on long. But when I do want my lashes to be on for like a week, I use my Studio Lash lash glue, and that is the business. That is the business. If y'all want to know, this is also a quick weave. The only leave out I have is my hairline and my middle part, but this is a quick weave, yo. And y'all know I got a side shave. Y'all know I got a side shave, right? Like, I use the cap. Y'all can't see it because I got so many tracks in this, but I use the same caps that I use when I do my lace front wigs. So like a skin tone cap, and I use that, and like whenever the wind blows, yeah, you could probably see my tracks, but it's gonna look like those tracks are glued on to my scalp. You can't tell. Like, this is probably the best quick weave I've ever done. If y'all ever seen me with my natural hair out, it's 9 times out of 10 a quick weave. If y'all want to see what I do for my hair, for like natural hair stuff, y'all let me know and I'll do a video on that too. It takes a lot, but if that's what y'all want, I can make a video of that like next month in October, because I have a lot of videos planned in October. That's one month that I'm really excited about. So I am going to use the Fenty Trio Stick. No, that's my concealer. That would have been a bad time. And I'm rum in the Trio Stick. I'm going to just go back over the highlight on my nose and on my cheeks, because that blush kind of like blurred it out just a little bit, and on the chin, just to enhance that. I forgot to say, if y'all don't have the Lancome, I got this for a sample from Sephora is the Vitamin Enrich Face Base by Bobbi Brown. I got that sample and it kills. Like, it's really, really good. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do the lips and the freckles off camera, and then I'll come back and show y'all the finished look. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I hope it looks just as pretty on the camera as it does in real life. If it doesn't, I'm so sorry. That's not my fault. So yeah, I'll make sure to list everything that I use down in the comments down below. Make sure that you guys subscribe to the Apocalyptic Hippie family channel. That way you'll never miss any videos that myself or Dylan put out, and make sure that y'all hit that notification bell as well. That way y'all can see every single video we put out. Anyway, yeah. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. Make sure y'all follow me on Snapchat, because that's where I am majority of the time, and that's where I comment and interact with a lot of people. Mostly is on my Snapchat, but I also interact with people on my Instagram as well. So make sure y'all follow us everywhere. I'll make sure everything is linked down below. I'll make sure everything is up here on screen. And I love you guys so much, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye guys.
Oh, yeah.